Welcome back to the channel, boys. Fabulinski's coming at your neck with another Destiny 2 video, and right here I created an endgame Titan build. So let me just go ahead and talk about this real quick. I was sitting here in the menu just kind of thinking about different builds I can make and just kind of putting on different mods, testing it out and seeing what I liked and seeing what worked. When I came across this and I was running multiple 1050 nightfalls and I was trying different iterations of this specific build, and I landed on this one, and I want to break it down and show you guys because honestly I think it's very powerful and a lot of fun. So for the subclass of choice, we're using Code of the Devastator, which is the middle tree Titan, with the burning maul where you pull out that big ass hammer, start slamming the ground. It's a lot of fun, and you get like a Thor throwing hammer. Now it's not lightning, it's fire, but it's literally the same thing, and only just it doesn't come back to you how Thor's does, but you literally throw a hammer and you smack people. And you also get this buff called Roaring Flames, so the more ability kills you get, it increases the damage of your solar abilities. So you can already see, once you start chaining these grenade kills and throwing hammer kills, you can start doing some pretty serious damage and chunk down some pretty beefier targets. So since it was a nightfall, I wanted to be able to contribute to killing down the champions and stuff. So I had to use a pulse rifle, and with the new seasonal artifact mod, Unstoppable Pulse Rifle, I was able to rock Outbreak Perfected. That's the D1 coming out in me. Outbreak Perfected is a great pulse rifle because it can actually do some pretty decent damage to bosses or just beefier targets and stuff like that because of the nanites. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, nanite swarms. So I really like this pulse rifle, and I got that sick ass ornament. Yes, I spent money on it, I know, but God, look at this. Look at this. So this is the original. You guys probably already know. Bang, that's fire too, honestly. But that freaking ornament, dude, like you can see like the Siva is just like consuming it. It's so nice, so nice. And the shotgun I was using was first in, last out. Now this shotgun right here is an absolute beast. It's a precision frame, meaning that it shoots a single slug. But a few patches ago, slug shotguns got a buff. I think it's like 30% PvE buff. So they're actually really, really good. I had slide shot and demolitionist, which is allowing me to keep my grenade up pretty much as I want. And if I wanted to, I could have swapped to surrounded. But I think that for the nightfall, it was better to have demolitionist because grenades are just that valuable. And then on my heavy weapon, I was using quick draw and I was using auto loading holster. And I was actually able to get up to a magazine size of 8, which is pretty nice because you can just unload on bosses, big ogres and stuff like that. So I really like this grenade launcher because I was looking for a replacement for Swarm of the Raven. I wish this thing had spike grenades. I'm going to try and farm for another one because spike grenades increase the damage when it's a direct hit. So that's the only thing I'm missing for this one. But for right now, this is a pretty solid roll. I like auto loading holster and quick draw. It works very nice because you can just pull it out and do damage, empty your grenades, swap to like a sniper or something like that, do damage, swap back to this, unload. You guys can see the cycle. Now the stats for this build didn't really matter too much, but I'll break them down anyway. I got 50 mobility, which is whatever. Now I have 47 resilience. I wanted to get this a little higher, but I wasn't able to with my rolls I had on my armor because the barricade is really nice for rezzing teammates and just stopping damage in general. I like having high resilience on Titans because I think the barricade is a good ability. I like it. I got 49 recovery, which that bugs me because just one more point and then I would get tier 5, but whatever, we'll deal with it. 51 discipline, 27 intellect, which I wish it was a little bit higher, and then 49 strength. But it doesn't really matter because when you throw your throwing hammer, you can also pick it up off the ground, so it doesn't really hurt you that much. Okay, so let's start with the helmet here. I put on a resilience mod. Again, I was trying to buff up that barricade and get it the shortest cooldown possible. And then we're rocking firepower, which is a Dawn armor mod. So it says while charged with light, regain a portion of your grenade energy when you use your grenade, consuming 1 charge of light. So just being able to use your grenade as much as possible, getting a portion of it back is really valuable in a nightfall because there's a lot of groups of enemies and they have a lot of health. So you're able to protect your teammates, and when they're rushing, you can fly back, throw your grenade down, and land safely, pull out my shotgun, clean up the enemies around me. It's a really nice mod, and I actually love it. I love the charge with light mods. And on to this bad boy right here, Ashen Wake. Now this thing is so good. It is so good paired with middle tree Titan on the solar class burning maul. It is let me just explain it. So we have Bring the Heat, which is the armor perk. Fusion grenades now explode on impact and gain increased throw speed. Final blows with fusion grenades grant grenade energy. So you guys can see, pairing this with firepower, and then I have other ways to get charged with light, I pretty much like almost always have my grenade for every single encounter. And the grenade does damage, like it explodes on impact. So if there's a group of like thralls or something like that running at you, you just fly up, boom, throw it at your feet, they're done. If you see a group of like Acolyte or something like that, boom, throw it at them, they're done. And once you get ×3 roaring, I think it's called roaring flames, then you can actually do some pretty serious damage to like a knight or an ogre or something like that. That's really putting damage into your team. You can just do that, throw a grenade at them, snipe them, and they're done. I love this exotic. It is so good. And I think it's even better in PvP. I believe that one kill with it gives your grenade back completely. In PvE, you have to get like, I would say like 3 or 4 kills with it, but it's honestly not that hard because the grenades are really strong in PvE. On my chest piece, I'm rocking a major resist mod, and then I'm running supercharge because I want to be able to have as much charges with light stacks as possible. So this allows you to have 4. The minimum you can have, I'm sorry, the maximum you can have without this is 2. So again, this increases it to 4, which is just that much more I'm able to get my grenade because of the portion I'm gonna get back. On my legs, I'm running swift charge. Because I'm running outbreak perfected, it just made sense to me to use this one because getting rapid kills with a pulse rifle, sidearm, or submachine gun makes me become charged with light. And outbreak perfected is extremely good at clearing ads. So when you start laying them headshots, get those nanite swarms going, you can actually do some pretty good damage, and the nanite swarm kills actually count towards getting your charges with light. Now, to get the second perk, defeating combatants with a pulse rifle grants a chance to drop special ammo for your allies. You have to pair it with another arc mod, so I just picked pulse rifle scavenger because it was only 1, which is, you know, whatever, it's fine. I would have liked to have maybe shotgun, but I didn't want to spend my resources. So even just, you know, I'm using a pulse rifle, so it really doesn't matter. And on my class item, on my Titan mark, I'm running a resilience mod, and then I'm running enhanced ashes to assets just to get my super back that much quicker, because I'm going to be getting a lot of grenade kills, and it's going to be easy to get grenade kills. Just getting an extra chunk of super energy is valuable. And then I'm also running taking charge, because every time you pick up an orb of light, you're going to get stacks of charge with light. So it kind of works hand in hand. My outbreak perfected is not masterworked. If you have a masterworked one, this is even more valuable. But if your teammates have masterwork weapons, or if they're just creating a lot of orbs of light with their supers, this comes in handy a lot. So the Outbreak Prime is actually like a lot better at ad clearing than I thought it was gonna be. The simple fact that these nanites actually can kill targets by themselves, like it's not like they do, like, you know, it's not like they tickle the enemy. They actually can kill. So, and it also counts towards getting, look right there, you see now I got ×2 charge with light just from killing one enemy. So it came in really valuable, and especially the shotgun. You know, I'm able to take out some of the arc shields with it, and I can get my grenade back just because of the simple fact that I have demolitionist. The only thing is, you know, I wish that Bungie would change how some of the artifact mods work. Like, I like Outbreak Prime and stuff like that, but I really wanted to use Traveler's Chosen for this build. Again, I couldn't because of the fact that I needed to run, you know, either an Unstoppable mod or an anti-barrier mod. I had to use Unstoppable because that was the one I could use on my arm piece, and I was able to also use an exotic. You know, I was thinking about maybe using Bad Juju, but again, Bad Juju, it isn't powerful enough. You know, it's good for super regeneration, but I feel like for some of the harder content, you really need to pack a punch, and Bad Juju just literally feels like I'm doing nothing to the enemy. So I didn't end up going with Bad Juju. Now, speaking of being charged with light, these charged with light builds are honestly so good. I feel like they're really slept on. You know, you can get like half your melee back, you can get portions of grenade energy back. There's some that you can even get super energy back. You can make your sidearm powerful. Like, they're extremely good, and I feel like every time I expect players, I never really see them, and I always wonder why. Like, I feel like creating builds is what Destiny is about, and I always see, you know, special ammo finder, grenade launcher ammo finder, whatever it is, you know, whatever they want to run. And of course they can do what they please, but I just feel like these builds are so fun. Like, I made a build not too long ago with the Hunter class using Traveler's Chosen, and I feel like that was like such a fun build because I was constantly getting my super and constantly getting my abilities back, and it's so much fun, you know. Just even though you can do work with just getting special ammo or heavy ammo, you know, you're not really utilizing all that Destiny offers. And I feel like with these charged with light mods, you're actually able to, like this part right here. So even though they're cursed thrall, they're actually can take a decent amount of damage. So right here, there's the wizard. Boom, I knock him off. I pick up my hammer. I put some shots into him, but then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna waste my ammo. I know that there was cursed thrall coming up, and look at how much I get my grenade in melee. So boom, I pick up my hammer. I'm using my shotgun, and right here, I hit him once. Boom, got my grenade. Throw the hammer, throw the grenade, and it's just like a constant cycle of just like getting your energy back, throwing your melee, so you don't even have to use that much ammo if you have these builds, you know, optimized right. and I feel like a lot of people just don't really understand how. It is kind of self-explanatory, but maybe they just don't want to go through the hassle of equipping these mods or whatever. And here, right here, is a good showcase of how good Outbreak Prime is at clearing ads. See, look at that. There's a thrall done, you know. So I highly recommend getting this pulse rifle. If you don't have it mastered, I don't have mine mastered because I simply just don't want to like go through the trouble of doing the mission and having to do the heroic version. It's a long process to get it mastered, but it is worth it. I still have to do it. Maybe I'll get it once these exotic ciphers come through. I don't know, but I highly recommend getting this pulse rifle. But if you guys enjoyed this content, please like, subscribe, and share. It truly helps me out a lot. You can also check out my other videos. Links are in the description below. I have a lot of crazy builds in there, so go ahead and check that out. And you might as well follow my social media. I have a Twitter and an Instagram, both at @fat_balloonskis. But with all that being said, deuces.